working on our new base area in the water. Again, switching gears over here to the old new town. And I want to focus on building an area that's going to be some sort of courtyard. So what I'm thinking is that it's going to have like a town square. What we're building today is not the town square building itself, but it's kind of like an extension of that, and it's going to be like a watchtower. It's going to be very different than the first watchtower that we've ever built in this series, which is in the first town. We don't really get to go up in the tower anymore since we've moved cities or towns, but I want to add another that way. That way we kind of have a central point in the town and we can build stuff around it. But before we get into the rambles, let's go ahead and pack up, roll up, heat up that rig. If you're popping an edible tonight, I really do hope that it's a smooth ride. And if you're a pen pal, you know what time it is. It's time for a blinker checkpoint. Alright, let me grab my piece. It's right next to you again, as always. You've always got it ready for me, which I greatly appreciate. Gotta take a deep breath. Cheers. I might do one more rip. We're gonna finish the bowl. I'm just setting it right next to you. I decided to make some coffee even though it's 5:50 p.m. I needed a boost. I've got a lot to talk about, but let me finish telling you about our project here. Oh wait, the Minecraft gods are about to bless us. I hope that you've had a wonderful week, by the way. I'm about to stop talking just so you can hear some of the Minecraft music. Then we'll get started on the rambles, and first I'll finish telling you what our plans are for this build. After the music, though. Which suddenly doesn't seem to be happening. So, oh wait, I'm confused. I think it's coming back. I don't know, the Minecraft gods are pretty confusing at times. I can never really understand them. I don't know about you, maybe you have a better relationship with them. I'm kind of jealous if you do. It looks like it's not gonna happen, so let's go ahead and chat then. I might, turn away from the microphone a little bit. There's Stromboli screeching in the background again. He's sounding off. He's looking for someone to play with. I'm gonna try and cup the microphone so that you don't hear it as much. But anyways, I want to make this watchtower a lot different than the first one. And then, like I said, it's going to be an extension of the actual town center building. I do want the town center in this general area. That way, it's... Again, I want to make this a courtyard looking area, so I want to have really pretty pathways and just make this what happened today. Nothing bad at all. Actually, very exciting. The producer and I woke up, and the first thing we did was head over to Waffle House. That's right, the Waffle House. I don't know if you've ever had Waffle House, but I have always stuck with the same order since I first started going there, which is a Texas bacon cheesesteak melt. A Texas bacon cheesesteak melt. It is absolutely delicious. I think it's the best thing on the menu. And I also order a side of hash browns, and I need them to be topped with chili and jalapenos. It is the best combination you will ever have. Now, if you're not a bean eater, if you don't like black beans, if you don't like pinto beans, then well, now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, I can't even remember this morning in the chili, did it have beans? Maybe that's a question you can ask when you go. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee though, because I am very, very dry in the mouth right now. But we've got a lot of conversations, we've got a lot of topics. I wrote them down, but first, we gotta finish that Waffle House story. We're not going to start one conversation today and then go off in multiple. We're gonna stick to each one. That's why I wrote it down, so that's my goal. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee now. So the hash browns, they've just gotta have chili. I'm telling you, man, it is amazing. And if you don't like the spice, only get the chili then. Do not get the jalapenos, because sometimes, even for me, and I tend to be the type of person who wants to have hot wings at 9 a.m. So sometimes these jalapenos that Waffle House buys and serves, they're just way too spicy for me. So be careful if this is something that you're willing to try. And then I also like their sausages. Their sausage. I guess they don't have different kinds, it's just one, but the order is an order of two. So that's typically my usual Waffle House order. However, today, I decided to skip out on the sandwich portion because I wasn't really feeling the sandwich today. I don't know. But I definitely got my hash browns, and then I got an order of their sausage. It was absolutely amazing. I loved every bite. And then I also got, oh, get this skeleton away from me. Get out of here. Oh my god, we're on half a heart. Half a freaking heart. We gotta grab something. Oh no, I have it in my inventory. We need some bread. Very urgently. But I also don't want any mobs to spawn, so we have to cover all of our grounds here. I think 2 will do as well, but we'll see. Oh, never mind. It did not. But I also ordered their coffee, and let me tell you, something about me. I noticed a long time ago that Waffle House coffee, no. It is not it. I do not know what coffee they buy. I am a Maxwell coffee drinker. And it's a roasts as well. But whatever Waffle House is serving, it is just, I don't know if maybe they're not putting enough coffee grounds when they start brewing the coffee, but when they pour it in your cup, it is like, I don't know if you've ever made beans from scratch. Again, you gotta like beans. But it almost looks like bean water. It is not dark like coffee, it is very light. And when you're drinking it, it's almost just really bland. And I always have needed to add, like, I'm only joking, but it feels like I am pouring half of their sugar container inside of my coffee cup. And even then, and I do, I think, like two to three little creamer cups in it. And even with all that sugar, it still has no flavor. Oh, horrible. And that's my Waffle House story. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a depressing cup of coffee, man. And today I think is my first time that I have ever drank as much of their coffee as I did. Which was half a cup, which was half a cup, which was half a cup. Half a cup, half a cup, half a cup. It wasn't that much. It was very sad. So after that, we ended up going to my favorite local coffee shop. And I got my usual coconut mocha. It's iced and it's a latte. If you have those syrups at your coffee shops, wherever you go, I highly recommend that you try that out. It has been my usual now for about, oh man, I was living in an apartment. When I first started getting a coconut mocha latte. So it's been about, I think, like, man, has it been 6 years? As long as I've been with the producer, is that how long I've had this coffee order? I had never tried that kind of coffee before I met her, so I used to just go off of whatever coffee shops had as their, like, specialty drink, or their, I don't know, whatever's on the board. But then I started experimenting with the syrups and everything, and then I found my favorite coffee flavor, and it's been great ever since. It has been fan-freaking-tastic. So enough about Waffle House. I need to drink more coffee, though. Hold up. I'm sorry for that loud gulping. My goodness. I can't remember if I've talked about this before, so please forgive me if I have. And hopefully I don't retell the same stories for your sake. But let's talk about lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming. I figured I would have this as the second topic of conversation in the video before you head to bed. That way I can help you achieve that tonight. I don't know if it's something that interests you, but I don't want to make promises, okay? I don't want to make promises. But for me, it is one of the best experiences you can have in life. Lucid dreaming. So what is lucid dreaming? I don't have the actual definition in front of me. I mean, I could. Let me just grab my around your head, actually. I don't know if I've ever told you that. Let me turn on my Wi-Fi. I always turn off my Wi-Fi, and then I also put on Do Not Disturb when I'm making these videos, but I have to put the phone, like, I don't know, like a foot away from the microphone, or else the microphone will start making a weird buzzing sound. Anyways, lucid dreaming. I told you we're not going to get off topic here. Not going to get off topic. Lucid dreaming. So what are you about to achieve tonight? Lucid dreaming is when you become aware you're dreaming while still asleep, allowing for varying degrees of control over the dream's narrative, characters, and environment, often occurring during REM sleep. Sorry about that. I had to pause the video because there was a really big truck in the neighborhood and I could hear it a little too much through the headphones. But anyways, lucid dreaming often occurs during REM sleep. While most people experience them rarely, lucid dreams offer benefits like nightmare treatment, creativity boost, and skill rehearsal. But achieving them requires conscious effort through techniques like dream journaling and reality checks. If you don't mind, I'm going to continue to read about this to you, just to see if you're interested, and then we can dive a little deeper in the kinds of lucid dreaming that I've done. Because let me tell you, I have been lucid dreaming for at least 10 years for a fact, and I think it's been a little longer than that. And it is something that I always love bringing up in conversation, especially with people I don't know. I want to hear about your dreams. Hey, call me weird, but I love psychology, so I just love to hear what people think, how they act. I don't know. Enjoy the music real quick. Oh, actually, I forgot I had to cut that. I apologize for that little tease there. So, some key aspects. Awareness. The core feature is realizing you are dreaming, a form of self-awareness within the dream state. what that was. I'm gonna take another sip of coffee. But, I ended up finding this guy on YouTube eventually called, it's like Golden Jacket, or something like that is the channel name, and I think that his name is Luke, or Lucas. I'm not too sure, I can't remember the name anymore. But ever since finding that YouTube video, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry for that sound. Ever since finding his YouTube channel and that YouTube video of him explaining lucid dreaming, first of all, I just really enjoyed the way he talked and the way he explained things. It was very, very fun. It kept me interested. He was the one I learned techniques from through his YouTube videos, and I would keep doing deeper dives, and at the time there weren't a lot of YouTube videos on lucid dreaming. But recently, within the last year, I have found that there's a newer YouTuber, and he does almost consistently talk about lucid dreaming, whereas that Luke guy, he would talk about a lot of topics, and it was just sometimes he would talk about lucid dreaming. But anyways, it is a really fun experience, and I have never had like a true nightmare while lucid dreaming. I have had nightmares, but I wasn't lucid dreaming, you know. So I guess Google's right. It could help reduce nightmares. But the reason I like it is because of the random stuff that you can do. If you've ever watched the movie Inception, it is incredible. I remember my first time watching it, I was like, yes, this is finally it was a very well done movie. And I thought it really showed what lucid dreaming could be like for people. Not saying that it's going to be like that for everybody, because lucid dreaming definitely takes practice. Lucid dreaming takes practice. So I've been doing this for over 10 years, and if you're just starting out, don't feel scared about it or like discouraged. I started from the bottom at 1.2, and if you're really intentional about it, and you're being serious about it, you will get it in no time. I know a lot of people say that they don't dream. I don't know how true that actually is, but I have a theory that you just don't remember your dreams. You just don't remember your dreams. I swear. Let me not swear on this. Can you dream at any happen in my dream. I get so excited, but since it honestly doesn't even happen to me like 10 times a year, I don't know how often it actually happens for me, but it feels kind of rare. But I do lucid dream at least 3 times a week. At least 3 times a week. Taking another deep breath. But you can do a lot of stuff. It's, again, if you've ever seen the movie Inception, the possibilities are pretty much endless. It's whatever you can imagine, whatever you can practice, and then, put it into action. You can do almost anything, just like in Minecraft. Minecraft is all about creativity, and so can lucid dreaming. That can also be about creativity. I do think it's interesting that they said it could help with oh, I'm blinking right now. Oh, like your skill improvement. I don't think that I've ever taken the time to do that. Not that I can think of off the top of my head right now, but flying, absolutely. And recently I actually got to teleport for the second time ever. The first time I was running in a cornfield, and then I ended up laying in the middle of a cornfield in a fetal position, and I kept saying in my head, I'm gonna teleport, I'm gonna teleport, I'm gonna teleport, and bam, I eventually teleported. That was a few years ago when that happened. But then the other week, it happened to me again, except I did not go into fetal position. I just stood wherever I was. I closed my eyes, and again, this is all while dreaming, of course. I can't teleport in real life. It's unfortunate, but I know. But it was able to teleport me, and I got so excited when I woke up. I even told the producer about it. She was excited. It's something that I like that happens to the producer is she smokes a lot in her dreams, and I don't think that I ever have. I know, can you believe it? I've got a whole YouTube channel about that, and I've never dreamt about it. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. I know, man, it's wild. It's almost unbelievable. I wonder if you're sleeping right now. If you're not, well, hello there. And if you are, I hope that you're lucid dreaming. Some other things that I've been able to do while lucid dreaming is summoning characters. I will be in some sort of storyline, and I'll start thinking about someone, and then I start thinking really, really hard, and I'm like, so-and-so is going to be right here when I open my eyes, or so-and-so is going to be right here as I walk through this door. Most of the time it does work, but I have had some instances where it doesn't. So, again, it's a crazy world when you're lucid dreaming, so anything's possible, but, there can also be some failures, but you just gotta keep practicing. Don't get discouraged. Get inspired by listening to other people's lucid dreams. It's really fascinating, actually. It's really, really fascinating. so scared that I'm gonna choke on it. Oh my gosh. It is so scary. I've been able to summon celebrities as well. That's been very interesting. I'm trying to think what else, because now I'm kind of having a brain fart. So at least the music is playing. At least the music is playing. It's playing, it's playing, it's playing. I used to have these recurring dreams in my grandparents' house. Almost pretty much where I was raised during the summer times. I love that house, and I actually got to go back to it a few years ago as an adult, and wow, it feels so different. But anyways, this is about the dream. I always dreamt about their house and their garage and their alley and their neighborhood alley. Everything would be exactly as it is today. And it was always so strange because nothing ever bad ever happened, but it almost felt like the same dream every time. It's like I would start off in their house and then eventually head over to the garage. And I would always end up driving one of the cars in the garage and exit through the alleyway, because that's where their garage faces. You have to go into the alley to get to their garage. And then as I'm driving down the alley, there are suddenly stores and weird stuff that isn't actually in the alley. And during these dreams, I will see one thing that isn't actually supposed to be there, and that's when my head just kind of clicks. And then I'm like, oh my god, I know I'm dreaming. And then that's when the being able to control the dream is starting to be able to happen, is when you finally, your brain just clicks and it's like, oh my god, that isn't right. This isn't real. You're dreaming right now. And you can run through walls, you can jump as high as you want, you can do it all, man. You can do it all. I've heard some stories about people getting inspired in their dreams, and then in real life they'll recreate whatever the heck they did in their dream. I also think that that's really fascinating. But yeah, I can't believe that I've never had a sesh in my dream. That's insane. The producer is always telling me she'll roll joints or she'll hit our glass pieces, and it's always such a fun time for her. Something that she's been wanting to do is, in her dream and in real life, she wants to put her head underneath a soda machine. And it has to specifically be orange Fanta coming out of the nozzle. I think that is so funny because that's not something that I would have ever thought of doing. And she said she's been wanting to do this ever since she worked at Dairy Queen when she was younger. So that's so funny. Another fun thing about dreams is sometimes people who aren't in your life anymore, they don't have to, necessarily have passed away or anything, but people that you don't know anymore and you just aren't friends with or whatever, they could come back in your dream and be either the same person you really liked or a very, very different type of person. And I wonder if just, by random, just by random, depending on the dream, if they're the same person or if they're different, or if they're a bad version of themselves. Is it how your subconscious now thinks of them? I don't know. Something to think about. Something to think about. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a bad lucid dream. Wow, I just keep thinking about it and I'm just like, oh wow, I don't think so. That's awesome. But I keep blanking on specific dreams that I've had, so I'm gonna move on from that topic. That was me ripping my sticky note. Something that happened to me yesterday, I was scrolling on Facebook while I was at work, and I follow a few different groups that are like my city specific, and it's either people just showing where free stuff is, like if someone is having a garage sale, or that'll be up there, or if people are putting something out in their front yard for the trash, and they'll just say, hey, you can come and get this by Thursday. That's when trash day is, but it's free if anyone wants it. So I follow those kinds of groups. And yesterday, during lunch at work, I was scrolling on Facebook, and I see this person who shared, this guy, he had shared this item he was giving away, and I mean, he was selling it, and as soon as I saw it, it had been posted for about 16 minutes, and as soon as I saw what it was, I immediately started doing some research to see if it was a good price, and it was. So I immediately texted him afterwards, and I was like, I'd love to take this off of your hands. I can meet at 6:30. Well, I was like, I'm working right now, but I could meet you at 6:30. And he had agreed, but the whole day I was so scared that someone else would message him and say that they could pick it up at that moment. And then he'd be like, yeah, sure, why not? Because I know sometimes people who post stuff on Marketplace, at least from what I've seen in the comment section of some of the listings, is that, or even the description, the sellers will say, has to be picked up in 2 hours, or has to be picked up right now. I don't know, something like that. Or in the comment section, someone will ask for it. The seller will say yes, but then someone else is like, but I can do it right now, and the other person wasn't able to, and then they'll just give it to the person who can do it right now. So I was scared about that the entire day, the entire work day. I was so scared that he was gonna say no to me. But we ended up meeting up. I got to choose the location. He asked if we could stick within the two cities near us, and then he let me pick the location. The producer and I met up with him, and it was such an awesome exchange. Let me take another sip of water. Do you want to take another fat rip? Oh wait, no, I don't think I have any bud. Let me see if I can go get some real quick, because I think that would be a nice way to end the video. I got the goods. Cheers, gang. Cheers, 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 gang. Let's take one more if you want to join me. I'm gonna meeting us at my preferred location. We ended up having a great exchange. Actually, really good small talk, and what I ended up buying was a gaming chair. I have always wanted a gaming chair. My entire life, I've wanted a gaming chair. And as soon as I saw his posting, I was like, yes, absolutely. And so I bought it for myself as an early birthday present. Not even that early, because it's coming very soon. And don't worry, we're gonna celebrate together as always. But it's a gaming chair, and whenever I buy that webcam, because I'm so serious about that, I want to do big things with this channel this year and, moving forward in general. So when I buy this webcam, I can't wait for you to see the gaming chair. And I got really lucky with the color because I would not have been picky either way, but it just so happened to be a neutral color, or colors, I should say. It's black and white. I want to say it's a GT Racing gaming chair. I believe that's the brand name. I'm still currently sitting in my old desk chair that's always squeaking around, so I'm excited for this switch because I think it's more of a leathery texture instead of cloth. So I'm very excited to see if that makes any noise at all compared to this creaky chair. But yeah, big things are coming for my studio improvement. And eventually, as soon as my studio here is good, I want to do like a studio tour and then do a voiceover on top of it. I think that'd be really fun. I just gotta make it look a lot better. Right now it's kind of like half storage, half like stuff is put up, but I'm looking for a few more pieces for my background, and then I still need to buy the webcam. This webcam actually is thanks to you all. It's from the money from this YouTube channel, so any money, I just want to let you know, any money that I earn off of these videos is going to go towards making this channel better. New equipment, even new games. I just want all the money to be pushed to this channel as a thank you so much, So yeah, I'm excited. Maybe I'll do an unboxing of the webcam. I'm not too sure yet. But I'm very excited. There are just so many ideas that I have for the year. But I want to make sure that I don't rush into anything. And that I don't I don't want to rush into anything, but I also don't want to rush anything to get it done, just so I can show you. So I want to take my time with the channel and the channel improvements. But I'm very excited to have you along the way to just see it, because even just you being here is such a big encouragement. And I just feel so supportive. And that's all because of you. So thank you for that. It gives me such a warm, fuzzy feeling that I can help you go to bed, or even just relax. And I just want to let you know that you make me happy because of that. That's just so awesome. I used to want to be a therapist, and in general, I do love psychology, but I never did end up going through with a degree. I did study it for a little bit, but then I dropped out. So I never got to help people the way that I wanted to. But once I started this channel, and even the last channel that I had that I no longer have, I could see how many people I was actually helping, and that really made me happy, and it still does. And I just can't believe that I'm able to do this and have this support system. You are the best. You are the best. And you motivate me to make these videos. So I really do hope that you're enjoying the content. I'm doing my best to make channel improvements. I just don't want to rush. So please be patient with me. I promise big things are coming. I'm so excited for this year, man. I'm gonna be 26 soon. I can't believe that. So yeah, like I said, we're definitely going to have a celebration on the channel. Because I'd say that that's one big event coming that I want to share with you. I want to share that with you. And then the next big thing, I believe it would be the channel anniversary, but that's in a couple months. It might actually be in a few months. Either way. And then after that is 420, so I'm excited. But either way, we're gonna celebrate always. I always want to share my wins with you, and I hope that you share your wins with me. If you're graduating, congratulations, man. What the heck, you made it. If you got a promotion, hell yeah, man. Like, you deserve that. You really do. You're working hard. And if you just got a new job, that is freaking amazing. That's amazing. Enjoy all of the new experiences, all of your wins. Try and be present. Time moves so quickly. It's incredible. I don't even, where did the time go in 2025? So try your best to stay present. Enjoy each day, each month, even if it's a rough one. Sometimes those rough patches are not gonna matter to you in a month, or maybe it's gonna take a year and then you'll forget about it. Sometimes it's gonna be something you never think about it, even in 5 years or whatnot. But of course, there's gonna be some rough patches that kind of linger with you for either life or a very, very long time. But that's the life experience. And so try to enjoy it as much as you can. I know stuff can get hard, but just know that you always have a support system, especially here. This is always a safe place. I encourage you to try new things. Take risks if it's something that you like to do. I'm very impulsive, so I just like to do anything risky. But make sure it's safe. Never drink and drive. Don't do drugs and drive. Just be smart. There are people that love you. People who want you in their lives, so make good decisions. I know I'm preaching to you, but seriously, I want the best for you. I think you deserve it. And I'm very excited for the conversation that we're gonna have on my birthday. I already have, maybe it's gonna be the main topic, or maybe it's gonna be a sub-conversation, but either way, I'm excited for that video. That's gonna come out very soon. And I've already got a Fortnite Friday video coming. I already recorded it yesterday, so I just need to do a voiceover. So I'm excited for next Friday, because that's when that'll come out. Man, Stromboli. I like these support beams inside. It was downstairs, but now we're gonna focus on decorating the second floor. I like how much you can see on all 4 walls. and that is really good. I don't know if you remember when I started this recording, the time that I had said, but now it's 6:44 p.m. I should really start thinking about what I'm going to eat for dinner. I had lasagna earlier. Maybe I'll eat it again. What else could I make? I do have some hummus. Ooh, some hummus and crackers sound like a good snack right now, actually. I might eat that right after while I'm not recording, but while I'm editing this. Man, I'm excited. But what to eat for dinner, I don't know. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna pretend like you're sleeping right now. You better be lucid dreaming, lucid dreaming. Look, if you have headphones in right now, I'm gonna make it happen for you. You're entering a dream, you're entering a dream, you're in a dream, you're in a dream, you're in a dream. This isn't real. Imagine I was able to brainwash you and you weren't sleeping. That'd be cool, but brainwashing isn't cool. It would just be interesting that I could do that, but I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it to you. I promise. I only want you to get a good night. Oh my god, a good night's rest. A good night's rest. That's all I care about. And I hope that you're healthy as well. That's something else I do care about. I hope that you're healthy, healthy, healthy. Oh, I forgot these, so we gotta take down the middle one too. And again, this area is not complete. It is not complete. It is just the watchtower that is complete. Or maybe I'll just call this a tower for the title. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the title. Interesting. But in general, this area is not done. I want to make this a courtyard area. And then next door is going to be the town. Like the city hall, or what did I call it earlier? I don't know, it's like the information building for the city / town. Let's check this out though. I really like how everything turned out. It's very close together. It's getting cozy vibes. I almost wish that we could have added a fireplace, but that's okay. Everything here still